move in the end zone, and we knew from there we had that thing. Because they beat us early in the season because Sean got kicked out. But Sean played that whole game. We was like, but wait. There's more. I remember that, G. Ooh, I stood up all-star in the middle of the field, Greeny. It was a great, glorious day for Washington. Okay, I'm fired up now. I feel like Bart Scott.
Right.
Bart Scott got me hyped.
You retired. You retired the neck roll. You retired the neck roll.
Ooh. I have a neck roll.
I'll take that one as a win.
But I retired all stars neck roll.
That's what I'm talking about.
Let's talk about the game Washington is playing tomorrow night. The 5-seed Bucs against the 4-seed football team. And this weekend has been a first for Tom Brady. In his 21 seasons, he's never been in the playoffs as a wild card. He's played wild card weekend, but he's never actually been on a wild card team. Here's a big number. To beat Tom Brady in the playoffs, he averaged 27 points. Can Washington do that? They only scored 27 3 times this entire season. And no quarterback had a higher QBR drop-off between no pressure and pressure. The difference was 84 QBR with no pressure, 6 when there is. So that's the key for Washington. Meanwhile, yesterday, Tampa coach Bruce Arians was asked if this has already been a successful season for his team. Here's what he said.
We'll see. See how far this goes. It won't be if we don't win this one. That's for sure. And really, it's not going to be if we don't put rings on our fingers, because once you're in the tournament, that's what you're playing for. And so we did enough to get here, and now it will not be satisfying unless we finish it.
Personally, I love that. I don't think that's putting extra pressure on your team. I think that's telling them, guys, if you don't win the ring, it really doesn't mean a thing. So I'm good with that. The question, Bart Scott, is how do they do it? How does Washington pull off what I think would be, in most people's opinion, an extraordinary upset against Tom Brady and the Bucs?
It's getting Tom Brady off his spot. Understand that Tom Brady likes to step up. He's a guy that steps up and steps out. So what you have to do is you do that interior pressure. This is a game where I would consider, like we've seen that Tom Brady struggled is when, the Houston Texans used to put Merciless over the guards and get that interior quick pressure. They're not going to try and run the ball. So I'll take a guy like Ryan Kerrigan, put him over the guard and let him raise havoc so that when he decides to step up, he's stepping up to a guy that can win immediately off the snap. And once you get him off his spot, then you have to make sure that you get to him and you get the ball out. We've seen Montez Sweat, we've seen Chase Young in recent weeks, scoop and score, scoop and really put the offense on a short field, because I don't know how healthy Alex Smith is. So it's about getting the ball out when you get to Tom Brady. If you get close to him early, he'll fold like a bad lawn chair, but you have to get to him early. He won't be so courageous in the pocket if you get him early in the game.
Oh, look, they've got guys named Payne and Sweat on that defensive line. That's a little scary to begin with. Let's do our picks. So, again, it's tomorrow night. We're going to pick these games for you. The ESPN FPI, let's see what our analytics say. 74% chance to win. So that's pretty significant. A very significant favorite are the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Do them in the order. Bart Scott, who you got to win?
Tampa, I'm not crazy.
Okay. RC, who you got to win this game?
This will be the one time that Rex Ryan said, follow the analytics, and so I am too. It's the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, man. It ain't close.
How about you? Your old buddy there, Rob Ninkovich, is Tom Brady in this game. You like him, or you would see a huge upset here?
Rob, look, it's going to be a long day for Tom Brady, because it's an 8:15 start, and he's going to have to wait all day to get after Washington. He's not going to have any problems getting after those guys. So Tampa all day.
Okay, so it's a clean sweep. Everybody likes the Buccaneers. Again, that I think would feel like an enormous upset if it doesn't go that way. Guys, stay close. We're coming back to you. But again, this is a weekend that is bookended by another huge game Monday night. College football national championship. Justin Fields and Ohio State continuing to prepare for Alabama off their 21-point win over Clemson. Fields was unbelievable. Took that huge hit. Stayed in the game. Threw for 385. 6 touchdowns. Now ranked second in the country in total QBR, behind only Alabama's Mac Jones. So we've got the 2 top-rated quarterbacks in that regard in this game. And David Pollack is back with me. So who do you give the edge to at quarterback in this game, Alabama or Ohio State?
I'll tell you what, when you look at Justin Fields' performance last week, it also came at a price, right? Like, Skowski destroyed him. And most human beings, especially like Greeny, took that hit. Green's still be in the hospital in ICU. Like, it was an amazing hit that I think took a toll on his body. And I'm interested to see what Justin Fields we get. So because of that, I know he's going to be a little bit compromised. I know what I'm going to get from Mac Jones. I know what I'm going to get from this offense. It's going to be a process offense where we're going to run the football. We're going to throw throw it short. We're going to throw it long. We're literally going to take advantage of every single weapon on the field. So I give Mac Jones the slight edge, but I think both of them are going to put up stupid video game numbers, and it's going to be one of the most fun championship games we've seen.
Yeah, we're looking forward to that. Let me just make sure that we're clear on what you said. If I took that hit, I would immediately gather the media around me on the field, announce my retirement, and then I would initiate legal proceedings against the person who hit me that way. That's a whole different situation. Let me go to the other thing. This is where, how many points does Ohio State have to score to have a chance to win this game? No one has slowed down this ridiculously prolific Alabama offense. So how do you slow them enough, and what exactly does that mean? How many points will it take to beat them?
It's going to take over 40 to beat Alabama. And I tell you what, I can't give you a blueprint because it doesn't exist. I haven't seen it. But watching all the tape, if you go back and you watch Arkansas did the best job of limiting explosive plays. Mac Jones threw for 200 yards. Devontae Smith had 28 yards receiving and 3 catches. What did they do? They rushed 3 and dropped 8. They dropped a bunch of people in coverage, and they said, we're not giving up the big play. You want to run the football? So be it. They were down 38-3 at half. 38-3. They did a great job. They did an awesome job. And look at by the way, Notre Dame in the semifinal gave Alabama 4 possessions in the first half, 8 o'clock. Alabama had 21 points. So they're going to get theirs. I would just take it slow, man. Slow death. Najee Harris, if he wants 25 carries, so be it. You get in the red zone. I get you to kick a few field goals. I hold you to 30-something, and that's a victory, and I got to go score a bunch of points.
That's, I think, what we're looking at. You're looking at a game where you probably will need to score in the 40s to have any chance to win. David Pollack, outstanding. We look forward to this continuing through the weekend. Meanwhile, let me get up and go because it's an incredibly busy time in sports. How about the blockbuster trade in baseball yesterday? 4-time All-Star Francisco Lindor and pitcher Carlos Carrasco traded to the Mets. In exchange, New York sending back shortstop Ahmed Rosario and 3 prospects, so a huge acquisition for the Mets. Basketball, Kyrie Irving missed last night's game against the 76ers and will not travel to Memphis for tonight's game either due to undisclosed personal reasons. The Nets are already without Kevin Durant, who was in quarantine after being exposed to someone who tested positive for COVID. Meanwhile, the Spurs took on the Lakers last night, and the game started with all the players and all the coaches with their arms linked. LeBron James would wind up leading the Lakers with 27, but the Spurs